Hello, Aquarius. This is Yasha with SoulsIntersect, and I have for you your April of 2016 intuitive reading. I pulled 3 cards again for you this month. Before I start the reading, I wanted to let you know that I made an introductory video about me and about what I do, and I will put the link to that video in the description for this reading. One of the things that I wanted to mention in the video that I forgot to is that I don't shuffle or pull the cards on camera. It's mainly because of my setup, but I wanted to let you know that I never alter anything. I usually do a 3-card spread like this one, and I go with the first 3 cards that I pull. I'll add another 1 or 2 sometimes if they fall out of the deck, or if I'm getting the message to pull the 4th card to help with the reading. But I never alter anything. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, and it's all authentic, although you don't see me do it on screen. I meditate and shuffle and use my guidance. So this is interesting because I remember for March that you had the Hanged Man in this position as well. So that's the first card I pulled. The second 2 cards are different. I have the 9 of Pentacles as the second card, and the third card is the Sun. So the 9 of Pentacles here is replacing Justice from last month. So if there was something legal or something that was being weighed in some other way, possibly between you and another person, something that's maybe been an ongoing conflict, I feel like you've been freed from that as a result of something that happened in March, or it's coming up. So, again, it could actually be something in a court of law, but it could also just be options that you were weighing or balancing in terms of like balancing a budget, something that was feeling restrictive to you or just in question. And I feel like you've been freed from that. The outcome has been determined. It's been in your favor. You're feeling free and independent. And if it is financial, you're feeling comfortable with the decision or whatever you've come to in terms of balancing a budget, for example. I'm still seeing the Hanged Man, and so I do still feel like there's this element of something still not completed, something that's still weighing in the balance. So although there has been some determination and you feel you've come out on top for the most part, there's still some part of it that hasn't been resolved. So, for example, one of the messages I'm getting, this could be for one or some of you, if it was like a divorce, for example, I feel like maybe the financial aspects of it have been settled, but maybe not the custody side of it. So that could be, it's something along those lines, like part of it has been resolved, but not all of it. For some of you, it could just be that although the 3D part of it has been resolved, the emotional side of it hasn't. So it's that you're still sort of hanging on, so to speak, to something emotional. You may be feeling freed in some way, but not entirely. There's still some strings attached. I'm not sure what they mean for some of you. I'm also getting, I'm an empath as well, and I'm getting, sometimes I get more physical messages. And right now for you guys, I'm getting like I'm out of breath, or either out of breath, or I was feeling like the need to yawn. So I feel like some of you are just really exhausted with this process. That's one thing. There's also a lot of anxiety around this process. And the other thing is that I'm not sure what the out of breath part is, but maybe that will speak to some of you. I just got take a breather as a message. So if there is part of it that hasn't been resolved, for example, and I know that you want it to be, I still recommend trying to pull your focus away from it as much as you possibly can right now, to take a breather, to take a rest. And I am feeling that very physically right now. For some of you, it really might be impacting your health, so I don't mean that to be alarming or anything. I think it's more to do with anxiety and how that could feel really draining for you. I'm not getting any serious illness or anything, but I do feel kind of like my heart racing. Um, and that for some of you, this thing, the determination could be around something health related, though. Okay. So I'm picking up the 12 and the Hanged Man for this month in regard to something coming to completion in December of this year. So that's another message to try to have patience as much as you can. That's a little bit of a ways away. It does feel like a long time. It may take that long to resolve whatever it is that you're waiting for to be resolved, but remember that there has been some things that have come out in your favor. I'm getting the message to send gratitude for that which has come out in your favor, because gratitude is a really powerful thing. If you speak to the universe or God or spirit or however you see it and really feel the gratitude and send it upwards to spirit, letting them know that whatever has come out in your favor is something that you deeply appreciate, spirit or God will get the message that you could do with more of that, essentially. That's kind of how it works with gratitude. Showing that you're grateful for it, really defining for spirit through that emotion of gratitude, that feeling of gratitude. It's a powerful messenger and tool. It really helps spirit and your guidance to understand that that is something working out in your favor and you want more of that. It may also help to speed up the process. I'm getting that too. So really send gratitude for that which has come out in your favor. And if you don't feel like something has come out in your favor yet, I do believe that it will. And the sun is really confirming that for me for this month. The sun as an outcome or an overarching theme. So I'll come back to the sun in just a moment. I have a couple other messages about the Hanged Man. Well, the two cards really playing out together here. I'm seeing, so this woman standing with her back, she has two pentacles kind of looming over her. It kind of seems like the ones ahead of her, she has, like, those are solid. She's got those in the bag, so to speak. The two behind her remind me more of the Two of Pentacles card, where there's still some decision to be made and something being juggled. So that could come back to that decision of there's still something waiting to be determined. But the additional message I'm getting about a relationship. So for those of you in a relationship or who this decision issue is in relation to some other person as well, I'm feeling like you've got this. Basically, if you look at the two cards together, you've got this tree coming between you with the other person upside down, possibly having made a sacrifice, or you feeling like you made a sacrifice. And there's something coming between you. It could be money. I feel like it's money and other people, or both. Those are things that are between the two of you. And it's a really confusing time, I feel like, for those of you that are experiencing this in relation to another person. It's complicated, I'm getting. You've got the money coming between you, your back turned in one direction with your focus on the future, and this tree coming between you that has these figures on it who just seem like other people who, being like carved in the wood like that, I'm really picking up on them right now as people who may care about you and you care about, but right now they're sort of acting in a way that they think they're supposed to, or like stone solid almost, like acting emotionless, maybe really self-centered, not seeing what's happening in the way that you see it, and really not trying to see it from your perspective, and that's how they're kind of coming between you, or just really being judgmental in a way that you're not very appreciative of. And so you have that also coming between you and this other person. And finally, in addition, not only is your back to the person, but he or she is also upside down, really maybe trying to see things from a different perspective, maybe from your perspective. I'm not getting too much bad energy from that person. I'm getting it more from the judgmental ones. But there is stuff between you and this other person, and while I feel like they may have good intentions, they're really struggling to see where you're coming from right now, and you're really not very appreciative of it. You may even be feeling like you're connecting more, relating more to like the animal kingdom more so than other people right now. I'm picking that up because of the positions of the cards and the bird and how the bird is coming into play. So that could be an element of this too. If that's the case, I really do encourage you to just hold your ground. She's really standing on solid ground in the Nine of Pentacles. And connect with those animals. It could also be children. You're just feeling, or people you work with that are not part of the situation. If you're feeling like you're relating to those people more or connecting with them more, or the animals or children, do so. I mean, keep doing it. I feel like it's really good. It will help you take that breather, take that time out that you need. It's going to be something very healing for you, especially animals and children, because they have a lot more of the light of the universe untouched, really beaming from them. It can be very healing. Okay. And unless you feel in your heart that it's all set in stone, I wouldn't give up completely on this other person. I'm not sure what it means, if it's about a relationship or a work thing or some kind of legal determination, but don't give up entirely. They are trying to come around. They may come around. They are trying to see things from your perspective, or I don't know what it means exactly, but sort of reframe things in their mind to maybe come around to your side. So hopefully that speaks to some of you. If it does, I'd love to hear from you in the comments or by email. So going to the Sun card, I'm not picking up too much in detail. It's really just confirming that. So you had the Ten of Swords, I believe, in this position last month, and that was much less positive feeling, obviously, than this. This is a very positive card. This is a better month for you. You've really come around from whatever that was that felt like a defeat. I think I said lose the battle, win the war. And that's kind of what's happening with this card. That battle is over, and you may have felt a loss of something, but you're coming out on top, and you're past that part. I don't think that there will be too many other battles lost in terms of this particular, war that you're fighting, and that can have kind of a negative connotation. It's a challenge. It's some kind of challenge that you're experiencing this year, and I think the worst part is over. So, and I'll hope for you and send good energy that it is. It's interesting because this isn't my favorite Sun card depiction. I feel it's kind of strange because it feels it's beautiful artistically, but in terms of the energy of the Sun card, it doesn't seem quite as sunny as some of the other ones. And I don't think that means that things aren't good. I just think that it means, okay, so the message for you for that is that you may be struggling to see the positive side. And I think that's where that comes back to me encouraging you to send that gratitude out. The reason I get that is because visually it's a sun, but it seems like slightly artificial in this, like it's more made of gold than the actual beaming sun star. And it's funny because the sky seems a little cloudy and dismal in this Sun card too. So it's like there's good positive things. You may be struggling with seeing them and recognizing them. And it's not a criticism, but it's definitely encouraging you to try to overcome that and send out gratitude for what has happened in your favor. And if it hasn't, I really do think it will. So pray that it will, and stay hopeful. Okay, Aquarians, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you're interested in a private session, you can contact me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Thank you.